Hello, I'm Mary Jane. I'm trying to smile from MJ's Tuition and Utility Warehouse.
Clap. Welcome to the Cherrywood podcast. It's Simon here.
It's Rachel here.
Please like, share and subscribe. Hello everyone. We're here with MJ from MJ's Tuition and also Utilities Warehouse.
Yes,
aren't
that's
you?
correct. Yeah.
We used to Utilities Warehouse through you, didn't we?
Yes.
Forgot about that.
How can you forget?
I've not got any complaints about it either, so I can't moan. So before we start, we're going to go to our sponsors and then we're going to talk to MJ. So we'll just go to the sponsors now.
Today's sponsors are De Medici Associates, Chartered Structural and Civil Engineers.
Based in the UK with a worldwide reach.
Visit their website on demediciassociates.com.
Bond Carpentry, where precision meets creativity.
From bespoke cupboards to second fix carpentry, garden houses and even the Cherrywood podcast sign. Call 07738 732 931.
Bond Carpentry, licensed to drill. This podcast has been brought to you by Snugdubs Camper Van Hire.
Roam the world, park anywhere.
That's snugdubs.co.uk. Need stunning video or photography for your big day or even your business? Cherrywood Production delivers award-winning results with a personal touch. From weddings to promotional content, we turn your vision into reality. Visit cherrywoodpro.com today. Your memories, our passion. And we're back. Good, weren't they?
Yeah, I know.
What was your favourite sponsor, would you say?
The Giorgios and
Go on.
engineering.
De Medici.
Medici Engineering.
Yes.
How can I forget that?
The Giorgios aren't on at the moment. They sponsor again later on, I think.
Okay, we've got another one then.
Us.
Oh, Cherry,
Bond
Cherrywood.
Carpentry.
Cherrywood Productions. They're excellent.
Oh, isn't she lovely?
No, you are.
How much are you paying her?
I'll refer you all the time
Oh, bless
Oh,
you.
thank you.
for weddings and this, any videos.
Right, tell us about yourself then, MJ.
Okay, well, how far do you want to go back?
Well, how far can you remember?
I can remember a lot more than people think.
Go on then.
Okay, I'm from Canterbury.
Right.
Okay, my father was a miner. My mother
What,
was
until he grew up?
until yeah,
Sorry. What did he mine? Oh, wait a minute, let me get my coffee.
coal.
So he's a coal miner.
Oh,
Yeah.
down
What, in
this way?
Canterbury?
Yeah,
They had coal mines in Canterbury.
well, I had them in Kent. They had 4 mines.
All right. Maybe I should know this. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was born at the beginning of the last century. Had me very late
Right, okay.
because there were 4 mines in Kent.
Really?
Chislet, Betsanger, Snowdown, and I've forgotten the other one. So, yeah, it was all the coal miners. They came down from the northeast, and the Midlands and Wales, but mainly the northeast.
So is your dad from up north?
Yeah,
Right. Where's he from originally?
near Durham,
Right,
Darlington.
okay. And did he meet your mum down here?
Yeah, and she was from Lancashire.
Oh, blimey.
So they got married in the 50s, had me.
Right.
Right, so I was brought up with a Labour supporting father and a Conservative supporting mother.
Oh, right, okay.
But that's where I've got no tact because I was brought up with northern parents and people don't realise that.
Right. And that explains a lot, actually.
Yeah.
So we don't have to go too far back. So you've come out the womb and when you was at school, what did you want to do for a living?
Be a scientist.
Really? The science was your thing then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Passed 11 plus, went on to grammar school, went on to university. You haven't got much space here, have you?
Sorry, it's the mics. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got to change the mic things, but we
So I went on to university, did food science, worked for some time here, then went to South Africa,
Oh, wow.
How old was you when you went there?
25, 26.
Right, okay.
And what did you go over there for?
To get away from My mother.
Oh, okay.
She's not. Sorry. I know she's around somewhere. My father usually is as well.
Is it? Are they? Oh, you're one of them, are you? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a medium coming on.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
So what made you go to South Africa in particular?
I was married to a chartered accountant at the time, and they were looking to import personnel because there was skills shortage. So a lot of accountants, newly qualified accountants, went out to the big fourth firms, and there was sort of expat community. So it was for 2 years originally, just to go over. And the 2 years turned into 25.
Wow.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Wow. And did you like it out there? Did you feel safe? Because a lot of, I think South Africa gets a bit of a bad press, doesn't it? Because it's like...
Tell us about South Africa. You love it, didn't you?
I did love it, yeah.
Would you go back?
No, not now.
No.
And is that because of your experience relationship-wise, or something to do with South Africa?
That's South Africa.
Right, okay. What don't you like?
It's very violent and corrupt. I mean, it's murder's the capital of the world, Johannesburg, Joburg.
Okay.
So
we were told, right, by someone that's going to be coming on the show soon, that there were more murders in New Zealand than there were there.
In Africa.
I don't believe that.
That's what we were told.
It's probably underreported.
Well, yeah, probably, yeah, that's true.
I can't believe it. So we lived with 5-phase security.
Right, what's 5-phase then?
Okay, so that's electric fence,
Right.
bars on the windows and doors, big dogs, armed security, and I've forgotten what else.
Are you afraid to go out and leave your house sometimes?
Yeah. We lived in a cul-de-sac. When the last house that I lived in a cul-de-sac, and if the kids wanted to go next door but one, I would walk them there. They weren't allowed. They couldn't walk themselves, and I'd walk them back.
Right, so the security was just for your house?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
And did those other houses also have security?
Yeah. And more and more what's happening is I haven't been back for 17 years. You'd live in a gated community, so you'd really have to be ID'd to go in and out. But the worst thing was when you were driving.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right, you'll have to do it again.
No, that's all right. I'll just turn it off.
Every time.
I don't even know.
And mine went off in a B&I meeting yesterday.
It's been a while since mine's gone off on a podcast, but I don't edit nothing. I'm just going to carry on.
What was I saying?
So gated community.
Yeah, gated communities. So, yeah, the worst thing was driving. The thing is, you were always on guard. So your shoulders were up here somewhere. So you were looking around when you were at a traffic light that they call robots. So if you were at the robot and it was red and you stopped, you're looking around to see who else was around there.
Oh, my God. What a way to live.
Because the worst thing was if you were hijacked, so that was a gun to the head.
Oh, my God.
And, unfortunately I wasn't, but lots
Did
you
you
heard.
know people were? Wow.
I remember, one occasion, and that was really my own fault. I was in the middle of Johannesburg, which you wouldn't even go into nowadays. And it was the first when we had those mobiles, as brick kind of mobile, but I was on it. And next thing I know, here is a smash. My window's smashed and phone's taken out of my hand.
Blimey.
So, but that was about 20 odd years ago. So
that's the worst you got it, was your phone nicked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we used to cycle a lot. So we were doing a race. And I can remember we were riding to the race. And this guy we met this guy. And somebody had stopped him and, on a bicycle, pinched his phone. And it was worse than that. You just pinch anything. So I didn't want to bring up my two kids as a mother in that society. And apparently it's got worse, but I don't know. So it's the violence.
So you've still got friends out there that you speak to?
Yeah, no, I miss them.
Oh.
We had a good lifestyle.
So you got friend stories that are worse than yours, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've not lost any friends for it, have you? Like that?
No, I haven't.
Right.
No.
Okay. Right. So,
Imagine living that way though, like you said, it's constantly having that anxiety and the fear of being attacked, in your own home as well. But
and you was a working mum out there as well, weren't you?
No.
Oh, right.
I did some work, but I'd given up my main career.
Which was
Research and Development Director for Reckitt and Coleman,
right,
for Africa and the Middle East, because I used to travel quite a lot. So, yeah.
Okay, tell us about that job then.
Oh, that was really good. So, yeah, I saw most of the world with that one.
Right.
Been on most of the continents, Africa, South America, Europe, Australia.
what did
Middle
it,
East.
when
What
you
did it
say
involve?
it was, when you say research, is it research developer?
Yeah, so we had we actually were a British-owned company, and out of Hull and Chiswick at that time when I was, but this is a long time ago, so you're talking about 25 to 30 years ago. And maybe not as long as that. So we had brands, which were the same brands in this country, so things like Harpic, Hayes, air fresheners. You would have had Mr. Sheen, I think.
Mr. Sheen or
So
Mr. Muscle.
We had the equivalent. Mr. Muscle, I think, was Procter and Gamble.
Right.
So Vanish. So all the countries would have the products. They'd be slightly different. The formulas, though, would be similar. And that was our job to be able to localise the formulas if we could, but they'd start off with a generic formula and then we would adapt it if it was going to be produced in that country.
So then they're local resource, basically. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Right. Ideally, you would go. You didn't want too many variants because obviously you've got then volume, so you've got to consider that one.
Yeah.
But we would, and in some cases, we would actually produce the formula. So we were a centre of excellence for wax polishes,
All right,
for shoe polish and floor polish. And you'd have various centres of excellence. In Australia, it was insecticides. So I used to go to Australia for insecticides conferences.
right.
It sounds really weird, insecticide conferences. All these people going, oh, right, okay, yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I stopped in Taipei Airport for because I had empty cans of insecticide. I had to go and declare what they were. Because I'd take the packaging, but I couldn't take this, so I'd empty them all out the previous day. So in the States, it was hard surface cleaners, I think, and the UK was air fresheners. So we used to have these conferences, and I did manage, I think, it was 1990, because I ended up at the World Cup. And that was, I managed to get a 5-week holiday out of 2 days of a conference on air fresheners.
Right, mate.
Nice.
So you're saying it's under 20 years ago. 1990 was 35 years ago.
Yeah. Well, no, I left. I didn't leave then.
How long was you there for, do you reckon then?
15 years.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and I worked for
That
Nestle.
was 20 years ago then, yeah.
I left Nestle, worked for Nestle as well here.
Right.
And but I'd left the food industry when I went into Reckitt and Coleman.
Right.
Persuaded by my husband that it was more profitable to do that. So really liked the food industry. It was more interesting. But anyway, I got a lot of experience with Reckitt and Coleman.
And that's led you on to literally what you do today, which is teaching, yeah?
Yeah.
So you came back from Africa and started up the teaching business, or didn't really know?
No, I came back and I trained as a teacher. So basically got off the plane. Kids went into primary school. I took advantage of the Kent test system. So I'd phoned this local private school in Canterbury. And on the basis of my telephone call, apparently I'd interrupted their school assembly, but he didn't tell me that. And he gave Heather and Chloe a place in the school on the basis of my conversation, because he said I sounded like an intelligent woman.
Blimey.
Yeah.
God, what's wrong with him?
I know. Well, we'll see. So we ended up, obviously the Kent test, well, you know it well, but it's whether you argue it's a fair test or not, it still does give you that edge in terms of grammar school places.
Because it's only us and there's only one other county that do grammar school
Surrey.
places.
There
Is it Surrey?
there are pockets
Right.
in counties, yeah. So, but
Right, so not all of Kent does.
no, Kent does it exclusively, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And obviously it's a choice whether you do it or not. But having gone through the system myself, and then I looked and researched, okay, where do I want to come back to? So I came back to Canterbury because of that. Mm-hmm. So what happened was, because it was a private school, it then gave you the ability to put both kids back a year.
Right, okay.
Because my eldest Heather wouldn't have passed it, not because she didn't have the ability, and I wasn't that, I didn't have it, the wall over my eyes to say, okay, she's not, like some mothers think, okay, their child's wonderful or they can't do it. But I knew she had the ability, but she hadn't actually gone through the requirements of the Kent test.
Right, okay.
And you've got to be taught how to do the tests. And so she went back a year, she passed.
Did she forgive you for that? Their kids must get the if they're put back a year.
No, she was all... Yeah, no, she did actually say, yeah, okay. But she would have ended up in year 7 in... Where would she have gone to? Either Canterbury Academy and coming back from South Africa and gone to a private school, it would have been too much of a culture shock.
Right, okay.
And Chloe couldn't read, because they don't teach them to read. So she went back to year 2. No, is it year 2? Yeah. And
So they don't teach you to read in South Africa?
not till 7, no.
Wow.
But there's evidence. They do it in Scandinavian countries. They don't teach them to 7. And they say there's evidence to say that that's actually the best way to do it. And she caught up. So a year later, we put her back up to the school, the right level.
Oh, right, okay.
Because if Heather hadn't passed, there was always if she hadn't passed or she'd just failed, there was always the argument that, well, she's come from another country. But she didn't. She passed well enough to... but I wouldn't have had that argument with Chloe, so we had to put her up a year, so...
Do you think it's a lot of pressure on young people nowadays? Because I know when our daughter's 14, and when she did it, she had to do 3 tests, a Medway one, a Gravesend one, and then one to actually get into a school if she wanted to go there. So she didn't actually go to this school, but because the school was a grammar school, they wanted to know that the people who could potentially go there were capable, so they had to give them a test as well. So she was 10, and she had to do 3 exams that lasted about 2-3 hours each. And I just thought that was a lot of pressure to put on someone so little, I think.
Yeah, I do think it is. And I think it's up to I tutor Kent test. I don't do that exclusively, and I'll do a few kids. I tutored one last year, but it wasn't Kent test, it was in Cheltenham. And it depends on the child. I remember Tilly doing them and passing. But if the child is motivated, yes, there's a lot of stress and it's competitive, but it also the child has to be motivated and the parents to facilitate it. And so if you look at a student that actually is not motivated, then really it's not worth doing.
Yeah.
Not worth putting them. But generally, I think our kids are over examined and labelled. And you'll get me into a whole rabbit hole of what happens in this country as far as paperwork is concerned and ticking boxes for the sake of it. Which is why I left the teaching profession.
Right, okay. So you left the teaching profession and went into your own tutorial business?
Yeah. Okay, so I have my own business, but I also work for agencies, and that gives me much more flexibility. So I'm not having to put down progress marks, which are every 6 weeks or so. And I'm very prescriptive. So I really don't like that.
So how do you monitor, you've got all these children, how do you monitor the success rate of those children?
Because I will do tests with them.
Right, okay.
Okay, but I'll do it in a non-stress environment. So if I got, for example, I've got one student who's in Sittingbourne at grammar school, knew nothing last year, absolutely nothing, has worked very hard to get the subject knowledge. Now he's got that, and we have to work on exam technique. So, and I assess that, but I use the mark scheme, and so it's more open. I can afford to give that student extra attention and work to their strengths, whereas in the school environment, the teacher doesn't have the time to do it. So they're marking and they're just saying, right, that's what you need to do. And then often kids are afraid to say they don't know it. So there's a lot of peer pressure. And I just think we're overdoing it. And there are so many activities that within the profession you have to do, which are a waste of time.
So all the children that you teach, do they all go to a school, or do some of them tutor at home, homeschool or anything like that? Are there any of them that rely on you constantly, like full-time?
Some do, but then it's more than likely that they're looked after children, and that I would do through an agency.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So what sort of grades and sort of levels do you look after? Is it any range, or is it just specific age ranges?
I mainly tutor year 10 and 11 for GCSE science. As far as ability is concerned, I'll take on foundation and higher level students. So that's my bread and butter. However, I will tutor students that are younger than that. I have been doing some A-level work, but those with students that I know because they followed me through with GCSE.
Right.
And it's only because I know that how they work, because it's something that I'm adding to my portfolio. Whereas I wouldn't tutor any new students, because with tuition, the relationship is really important. You've got to know how the student works, what's the types of things that they're going to find difficult, and really playing to their strengths. Although I do tutor Kent test, I can do that. I don't like tutoring primary school children, not because I don't like it, but I'm not primary based, and there's a lot of visuals that you need within primary school.
So you're looking at the kids in the last 2 or 3 years of their schooling sort of life, really, aren't you?
Yeah, and it's all about getting them through to those exams and knowing whether they're going to take science on in A-level, and really bringing to the potential, because there is not enough time in the school day, because there are so many students in a classroom and teachers haven't got the time to spend. But I can.
30 children per lesson, and they've got 6-7 lessons a day, so that's 30 children per lesson that they've got to concentrate, and they can't give a one-on-one session to each of those children. It's ridiculous.
No, Tilly found the extra tuition really beneficial, didn't she?
Yeah,
to get through her 11 plus.
I didn't realise she'd had it.
She had a little bit.
Maths, I think,
just one.
I think hers was more of a confidence thing, wasn't it?
Literally 2 sessions, and that was it. It was just getting her head around one part of the maths, and that was it. She was done.
Now, you mentioned confidence. What I find is that most of them actually are lacking in confidence, and they need that few sessions to think, okay, I can do it.
Yeah.
Because there are often kids that are the ones that won't put their hands up. They won't understand it. They're afraid to look stupid. They're also afraid in front of their kids, their peer group, to wanting to learn. And it's unfortunate that we've got this culture. But, okay, I'm not going to put my hand up against the parapet and say that I don't understand. And I've seen examples where I've got students in year 10 and they haven't grasped the concepts, but now their friends are going to say, oh, what's wrong with you? Now all of a sudden you're going to become a boffin, or you want to know this. And you have to quietly work with that in the background, knowing that they're probably going to carry on in school behaving like they did.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking, because does your book say Kent mining or miming?
Mining.
How weird is that?
Well, I bought it at the mining.
Oh, is it yours?
Yeah.
I thought it was your notebook, Ray.
No, I bought it from the mining museum.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, because there's one in Betshanger.
All right. I just thought, how weird is that?
That's not
I'm
mine.
really annoyed I can't remember the fourth one. Betshanger.
Well, you should really, shouldn't you?
Slow down. I
So-
will by the end of this, probably.
So
Anyway, Chiswick was the first one to shut down.
Right.
So do you just... Oh, sorry, I was going to say...
I was going to say Zoom or face-to-face.
Oh, no, I was going to ask subjects. Is it just science that you teach? Or is it a range?
I primarily science. I'm more comfortable.
All
But I
three?
will, lower down the school, I will do maths.
Yeah. So is that all three sciences?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most boards.
Hated science when I was growing up. Just could not grasp it. And my teacher, like you said, I like the experiment side. If he said, oh, we're going to do something today that was fun, get the Bunsen burner out and you could burn things. I love that. Anything else?
Most students do. It just doesn't fail to amaze me that they put the Bunsen burners out, and actually, if they've got gas at home, it's exactly the same thing as lighting the gas stove.
Yeah.
The other thing is with the splints, these little sticks of wood that they have to make a little pile on the safety mat. And you have to go around with your lab pocket and actually keep them in there and only let them out one at a time. And it doesn't matter what age or ability they are, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Tilly had science the other day and she was looking under a microscope at different objects. And I think it was a petal or a flower or something like that. And she said, I was really interested in it. And she said, we were allowed to then get our phones out and take pictures through the microscope. So she said, look, I've got all these photos. And she went, and I took the flower home. She went, I want to check it out at home as well. And so she got a little microscope and she said, Ted, look at this. And they've got little ones. So that like she was showing him as well. So, but yeah, I think she quite enjoys science, doesn't she? Because it's very interactive at her school. So they get them doing quite a lot of experiments quite often, don't they?
So do you do face-to-face or Zoom?
Both.
Oh, you do both?
Yeah.
Right.
I think everyone has to now, don't they? From COVID, were you working? When did you start the business? Sorry, was it through COVID?
Yeah, just after COVID. I used to do a lot of agency work. And then I'll plug this for qualified tutor, Julia Silver. So they run an organisation which is very much one-to-one, hands-on. It's excellent. They provide you with training. And I went to a conference online in the summer after the first summer with COVID. I was at BNI, I knew you then, so it was a year and a half after it
Right.
broke. And they gave me the confidence to go online, whereas before it had all been face-to-face. So, yeah.
So do they come to you or do you go to them face-to-face?
I go to them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to keep up to date with like the methods used and the curriculum and everything like that? How do you do that then?
Well,
How
the
do you keep
curriculum
up?
hasn't changed much since.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But obviously, I mean, I've got one at the moment. I keep looking at this textbook and I think this is so out of date. And
And you've got to try and sit there and teach this out of date stuff, thinking it's just not.
and what's funny is that it's so anti-woke.
Oh, is it?
I'm not going to give any details. I can't. I'm
just
having
have
a
to-
good laugh.
You have to just sort of bypass that bit.
No, I'm obviously looking at what the last exam papers are, and hopefully so that I can give topic questions. But again, I'll work with the mark scheme so that they know what they're doing, and that's, I think, is missing. They just don't have the time to do that within schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll move on to Utilities Warehouse in a minute. So how do people find you on the MJ Tuition? What's your details?
mjstuition.co.uk.
.co.uk.
I'm on
CO. Who
Facebook.
says CO?
I was thinking, CEO.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go.
It needs revamping. So
All right, okay. And you on anything else like Facebook and stuff?
Facebook, yeah.
And it's MJ's Tuition.
And LinkedIn as well.
LinkedIn. Brilliant. Okay. Now, I've met you really through a network, and you was my utilities warehouse rep, where you pestered me to join it. And you can
capitulated.
And we're still with them, and very, very pleased with them. Very pleased with them. So my bill was £80 this month.
£80?
Because they judged it over. As an £80 bill, and that is not just gas and electric. That was gas, electric, house insurance, free mobile phones.
Wow.
I think that's it.
You switch the broadband, but that's fine.
I needed faster broadband.
Yeah, but that'll come as well.
Yeah.
So the more you take, the more you save. But I think the thing for me is
just to clarify, it's usually about £350. But it's 86 quid this month. So
okay.
But the thing is that for me, it's the customer service. It's just a no-brainer. But some people that like to do things and spend hours on the phone arranging their energy bills and their broadband mobile, then it's not for them, because we take that out and we're trusted. It's a stable company and we don't advertise, which is why we can come in and say, right, we can afford to give you these savings.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to think about it.
Because I think the only time that we did need someone I can't remember what it was something to do with our internet or something. They were literally around within 48 hours, weren't they?
Yeah, we had an issue, and
I think
I moaned at MJ about it,
wasn't it?
Yeah, I normally
the good thing about it is the representative you use, you can ring up and they'll deal with it for you.
Yeah, because I say I can get through to customer service quicker than you can.
Yeah,
so.
And I think I have gone direct before, and that's not been an issue. But
within 48 hours, someone was out fixing the problem, and it was all sorted.
It's always competitive electric and gas.
So what can they offer then? What?
Your energy, gas and electric, SIMs, so you can get unlimited SIMs, 4 unlimited SIMs for £54, sorry, I'm transposing the numbers. Internet and house insurance.
And I've been told the house insurance isn't like a cheap house insurance. It's quite a good one. If you're claiming, they won't come to try and find any excuse not to pay out.
Yeah.
And boiler insurance as well.
Yeah. And also the card, which we now let our daughter use. So she takes that with her and we charge it up like that.
Are you using it as well now?
I do have one. So
that means no. That means no, MJ.
No, because
it's a nightmare.
When I signed you up, he said, you're both here, weren't you?
Yeah.
Well, we do it face to face. Can't remember. Because you can do it by Zoom, but then you've got to trust me that I can't see your bank details as I'm doing it. I can't.
Yeah, right, I see what you mean. I can't remember how we did it. I think we did it online.
Yeah, we might have done. But he said, no, I've got to get Rachel to do this. And I said, yeah, you have.
She didn't. She didn't.
I've got one.
You've got one, mate.
You've got to use it.
But you never use it.
I've got it on my phone. But then we've now transferred it to like Tilly's account, haven't we?
But does Tilly go shopping in Primark for Ted's clothes?
Sometimes at Christmas she does.
She does. She shops in Primark a lot.
5% off in Primark.
Well, that's the good thing. This card, like Argos, is like 5 as well, isn't it? Argos is 5% off.
So what's the whole? Describe to me the whole system then. Remind me what I have to do then. So I use the card.
You charge it up. So you take some money out of your account, put it on that card.
You link it with your debit card.
And it can happen automatically. So if it goes below 100 quid, it put another 200 on.
I didn't realise you were a representative.
Oh, yeah.
I've told you this before, MJ.
Pass me you've got
Pass the Kent mining book.
No, the
phone,
yeah. And I need my glasses as well.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you get to a certain age. The brain hasn't gone yet, but the eyes
are. Are you sure?
It's like my dog, actually. Most of his senses have gone except for his sense of smell. He's 15 this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Were you just texting your mates? Or?
No, look at this. Nobby and nuts.
Nobby and nuts.
That's near you.
Manscaping.
Well,
what
you.
The things you search.
No, that appeared when I put your address into
Well, that's my other business, Nobby and Nuts.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's on the
I'm
side.
sure
Is that
it
what you're
is.
doing here
That's
at
what I'm
night?
doing here, yeah. This is the Nobby and Nuts shack. Manscaping.
Are you like, go away?
I can never find any of my.
That's what this light's for in the back, you know, it's just keep the mood up. Yeah.
Right, so you connect your debit card, and I don't have it automatically. It's probably about £10 in it, actually.
$3.85, everyone.
Yeah, £3.85. So I haven't topped it up. So I can top it up. I've got to pay the tax man today as well. So
She's topped in at £100.
yeah,
And there you
continue.
go. The card's
Right.
now got £103 on it.
So there it
You're going
is.
to read her bank details and her bank details are.
So it's topped up,
Yep.
and then there you are, 103.
So it's
I
like
can then-
it's
I-
like a card, isn't it? That you would get like
Yeah.
a bank card.
It's a proper cashless sort of card.
Yeah.
It's MasterCard.
You can,
yeah.
even if you've got the phones on your watch, you can transfer it to that and all and do the tappy, tap it and wrap it.
So then I go into it. I get 1% everywhere that I go.
Everywhere.
Every purchase, 1% back, and it comes off your bill.
Okay. So
This is why I was begging. At one point, I was begging you to use it because it took money off the bill. You never used it.
I did use it.
Never used
so
it.
it doesn't matter where you go, you will get 1%, not back, you get 1% off your bills if you're with them.
Yeah.
All the other stuff. So,
It's up to
What do you mean if you're with
£10.
them?
so if you,
so
if you
you've got
haven't
gas and
got,
electric.
yeah, if you haven't
you
got.
can't get that card without having gas and
Right,
electric.
okay, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 5% off in Primark, 5% off in Boots.
There's
loads of
There's tons.
So if you don't alter your shopping, that's what I said to Simon, is just carry on as normal, but you use the card, and then you'll be surprised how much you get off your utility bill. So the average, like you two married couple with 2 kids, if you use it properly, you're going to least 30 to 40 quid off a month.
A month, yeah.
So even if our
By
price,
myself, because I know I was using it, I was getting 25 off a month. If my wife had jumped in
That's
on that.
clearly you shop too much then. If you get your personal use is £25 a month off, you're shopping way too much and you
but you
should
see,
be.
we just had Christmas, so where do you go to shop? Boots.
Amazon, Primark, that sort of
Well,
thing.
5% off in Amazon, it'll just be 1. But if you go into Boots and you couple it with it, you've got Boots card, that all of those things that come off, you'll end up with your Boots card being quite nice, healthy. Now, if you buy a gift voucher for somebody, buy it with your card. So if you go into Marks and Spencer's, Chloe doesn't know this, but I bought her a £50 voucher because she wanted some towels for Christmas. I used my card. I got £2.50 off it. She will know now because she's probably going to listen to this. But if you buy your cards, then, gift card, buy it in Boots or Marks and Spencer's, whatever. And then you get that money off. So you're doing £100, you get 5% off, £5 back into your card. And it really works out.
She still ain't going to use it.
As
We stop stomping on the floor because it's coming through the mic. Because you're really bashing on the floor.
You're really not.
You are.
No, she's feeling guilty. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
she keeps
It's the
doing
body
it.
language coming up that I haven't. Look at all the money I've wasted by not using the card.
Exactly. It's frustration. The stomp is frustration.
Is there a limit of how much you can put on there?
No,
Okay. Because
Feel free to top it up yourself as well.
No, what I was
I think he tops up yours because it's the same account, isn't
It
it?
all goes in the same account.
it's a joint account. It's a joint account.
Right, give me the pen. Give me the pen. You're using the mics like a drum kit. Oh. She's got a foot pedal. She started tapping the side of the
I must
table.
be channeling Chloe's energy as a drummer.
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, yeah. I have to tell her off every podcast about what she does with that mic.
So what I found, well, I'm just trying to get it closer before I get told off again. What I found was I had to keep sort of checking before I went to buy something, and then I was just worried that if I got to if I did a big shop in Morrison's or wherever, I got to the till, and if he'd used it at the same time, I'd be like, right, I can't now buy the shopping. You're going to have to top it up, or I'm going to have to top it up
have
there
you got
and
the
then.
app?
Yeah, if I had the app, and then I could do it, but it would only work if I had signal. And in the Morrisons down the road from us, I can't even use my Morrisons card in Morrisons because the signal's so bad.
There's a little key to that.
Okay.
Top up before you go.
Yeah, top up before you go in.
If I don't know how much I'm spending.
Well, it's going to be
You
there.
have a rough idea,
It's going to be on your card anyway, isn't it? So you're not going to lose it.
Why are you sticking your head? Shut up, Simon. I'm just
MJ's on my side.
It's just a for and against, right? We're just having a discussion, a debate about it. So I'm just saying what I found.
Excuses do not equal results.
Exactly.
But do they give you good rates? Will they, for the gas and electricity, will they go and try and find you the best rates? Yeah.
It's not like a comparison website.
No.
And you won't find us on a comparison website.
I think that's a good thing.
And we've just had the 2004 de facto award for customer service. I think it is just that. And broadband, yeah. Sorry, glasses.
That's all right.
I've got one ear higher than the other one, I think.
Just straighten your head up.
No, it's the glasses still.
Right, what was I going to say to you, MJ? How many cards can you have on your account?
I don't know. I need to find out.
But I've got to be honest. I've stopped using the card now because I let Tilly have it as a card.
Well, you can have mine if you want.
Yeah, but whatever I top up goes into the same account. And
Oh no, you can have more.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is it'll be
one
good if you could have
account.
separate accounts.
Oh, separate accounts.
Like
No,
Tilly's got her own amount of money in there, so when she earns pocket money or something, we top it up.
Yeah.
And that's why I've sort of stopped using it, because I just want her to have her own little account without having to pay that stupid thing. You know, when kids have those cards, don't mention any names, but there's some companies out there that
they
charge
charge
like
you.
10 or a month or something for you to have for your kid to have a card.
Yeah.
That's what just do it in my name. Yeah, she should be really with your card, because at least it's a girl's name.
No, it's got to be linked to your account, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
but if her card is linked to the account, isn't it? So Tilly should be going round with I can still hear that foot hitting the floor every time you move it. You're doing it to wind me up, aren't you now?
No, I'm not.
Anyways, but Tilly should be going around with at least your name on a card instead of a bloke.
She could say she's Simone.
Yeah, we shouldn't be doing it like this, though. But I'm
But
wondering,
you're also losing
money.
money, yeah.
I know.
But is there a way of having Tilly's account and then an account for Simon?
No.
No.
You just have to have one card.
Yeah.
It's got
Right. It's one
for her.
account.
You just have to. There might be an age limit on it.
Yeah, that's right. It probably is. That's why I'm letting her use mine. Shouldn't be. Should I be declaring this?
It got to the point where she kept bothering him so much, saying, I need this from Amazon, I need this art supply for my artwork, I need this and this. And
Yeah.
it was just like, oh my God, just have my card and get it
I
yourself.
think she's got her own Amazon account as
Yeah.
well now, actually.
With your
I don't
details.
even. Is it my details? Oh,
Well, it's the card's details,
oh
isn't
my
it? So-
God. Oh, well.
But
My,
she knows.
my
so.
card's linked to my Amazon account. I do have to check it. Yeah.
Anyway, I can't recommend Utilities Warehouse enough, really. And we're not getting any commission from it. She gets all the commission.
Yeah, I do.
So how do they find you on that then, on Utilities Warehouse? Have you got your own special email for that, or?
No, it's the same. So, heckleymaryjane at gmail.com.
Heckler,
Heckley.
Heckley,
Mary Jane
Mary Jane
at gmail.com.
at gmail.com. So if you want to get onto the Utilities Warehouse, then contact MJ.
Personal service.
Mary Jane, MJ.
Take the strain from your utility pay.
Oh my God, she's saying all the adverts.
All the
now.
taglines.
I've got a tagline.
Yeah, the tagline. Okay. Right, now we come to the bit where we give you four. Oh, she's hitting the mic again, MJ. See, I'm the one with the headphones on, you see, so none of you know.
Coffee.
Yeah.
So thanks.
There's some water this side, coffee that side. It's like we're like your bleeding servants.
Oh, well, we're used to that. I mean, for 25 years I had one. It's been, I'm still not used to not having one, which is, you can see by the state of my house.
Right,
So you pick out
these-
four, and they're all random questions.
What have I got to answer them?
Yeah. What's that one?
If I could instantly master one skill, what would it be? The power of foresight.
Right, okay.
I was thinking like dance or something.
Power
That's what I would do.
foresight. Is that it? You going to go any deeper into that? Nah.
Probably the ability to change some of the decisions that I've made in the past.
Yeah, but we all do that, don't we?
No,
but
so
that makes you who you are today, MJ, doesn't it? Which is an absolute state. She's my mate, by the way.
I know.
Just so
I am eccentric.
Like, I haven't just met her, just so you all know. So I can abuse her.
From the street.
Right, you can't abuse. That's not. You can't abuse her because she's your friend.
I can. Right.
Simon's. How long have I known you?
4 years.
3 years.
4 years. I'm on my 5th year. Yeah.
5th year.
This is our 5th year.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It does make me laugh.
I introduced him last night. Oh, this is my husband. And the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, I'm sorry. And then they're like, oh, that's strange. And then they get to know him. At the end of the evening, they're like, I see
Know
why
where you're
now.
coming from. Okay, so next one. Come on, let's get a good one.
Who made these questions
Me.
up?
Well, ChatGPT did for me.
Oh, I've just used that actually.
It's good, isn't it?
Well,
Well then.
have you ever had a dream that came true? What was it?
Oh no, this is going to be deep because I know what she's
No.
like. You're going to have a dream that come true or something, innit? No?
What's yours then, Simon?
I don't know. You.
Meet me. I was going to say, meet me.
Silence. Mm-hmm. Wow, you can hear, if you listen, you can hear the cogs.
Or my foot.
Yeah, or Rachel's foot tapping the floor.
I've probably forgotten them if to be honest.
Fair enough. Well, you're doing really well with these questions. All one-word answers. Next, we'll give you a 5th if you're rubbish at that one. If you're rubbish at
If
that.
you're rubbish at that one. You're
The thing is, I do
abusive.
forget them. That's
Is anyone else still really on here?
Oh, it's all right
All
now.
right, okay. It's 'cause
I'm
I'm double
fine.
layered.
Yeah.
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 What's one conspiracy theory that you secretly think might be true?
Now, I know from memory you love a conspiracy, didn't you?
Right, I have to say allegedly in this.
Right, yeah, of course, yeah.
Allegedly. Which one do you want?
You tell us, what's your favourite? Which one do you want? Like she's given us a choice.
The existence of the Illuminati.
Right, okay. And you believe in that, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to go into any more detail, or is that it?
That human beings are really horrible. That we shouldn't be listening to the BBC.
Okay. What's your view on that then?
There's a lot of things that have
Because
been
they're
hidden.
part of the Illuminati in your eyes.
Well, I think the world's controlled by people that we don't know. That's all.
Well, the
And
world's
I can't
controlled. The
say
world's
much.
controlled by propaganda and media, isn't it?
Yeah, and that we just don't know. We're fed rubbish,
Yeah.
and
You need to hear stuff from the horse's mouth, which unfortunately isn't possible.
the biggest disappointment that I've had in the last few months is the realisation that the rock bands that I like have actually become part of it, and were so they've controlled that narrative as to the population.
Yeah.
I'll still carry on liking that
As
music.
long as there's a bit of money that's going to tell them to say what they want to say, they'll say it.
They have controlled music, they have controlled film, and they have controlled fashion. And it's all for money and to hide what has been going on under our noses.
See, I
Allegedly.
knew we'd get her started. These little questions, like, just wind her up. Off you go. Next.
And my daughters are fed up with me coming up.
Don't know if that's got anything to do with a
Oh, they do.
conspiracy. I reckon that's true, not a conspiracy.
Oh, they are true. I'm allowed to get fed up with them as well, though.
Next.
I'm allowed a 5th one.
Yeah, well, I suppose so. You are giving one-word answers most of the time, so yeah.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience or seen a UFO?
Oh, here we go.
No, I haven't seen a UFO. But I do
Different
get
things, aren't they? UFO and paranormal experience, right?
right. I do believe that we are here for a reason, and that.
Well, it's because you asked to come on the show.
Did I ask? Or, yeah,
you did, yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I believe that we have guides, and that psychics exist, and Let me think about this. There is a life after this one, and that we've had past lives.
I would like to believe it, but I'm one that needs proper evidence,
Well,
which
we're not
is
going to know
impossible.
until we're dead, are we, really?
Well, that's it, yeah. So let me know.
Yeah, it's like Ricky Gervais, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank God for making me an atheist.
There are times in my life where I feel I've been protected from things. Like, I was at college and there's a one-way system, and all your mates wanted to race around the one-way system. And I was with my girlfriend at the time who was driving. What are you tapping inside for?
You're very quiet.
Yeah, but I'm hearing it nicely here.
You're very quiet. I could barely hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, I didn't realise I was that quiet. Was I that quiet? I was just making it all deep.
I mean, yeah, sorry.
So they wanted to race her because she didn't mind having a race. And we were all at these traffic lights ready to go. And then her car started playing up, wouldn't go at all. And then they shot off and raced. We're 17, do you know what I mean? And we're 17, Rachel, blimey. And her car just wouldn't work until they had gone. And then her car just started behaving again. But it just wouldn't never went wrong again. But just on the starting line to have a little race around the one-way system, her car wouldn't.
So you think that was someone protecting her?
I just feel like it was,
don't do this because something could happen.
It wasn't. It was, it's in my engineering type brain, and it was a coincidence. But you just wonder sometimes.
There's no such thing as coincidence.
Here we go. See, here she goes.
It's fate.
And this is a scientist.
No, I have to wrestle that. Okay. I don't know that I do believe in UFOs or the level that some people say there is aliens living under the Antarctic.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Do you watch Blaze?
No.
Watch Channel 64 Blaze. You'll love that.
My dad, when he's unhappy with me, because I was an only child.
So Dad's passed away. Obviously, we want people to realise
I was only 17 when he passed away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does your dad do when he's unhappy with you?
He plays with electricity. Because if you think about it, he was a coal miner. What did we use for fuel?
Yeah.
So he does. And my eldest daughter, Heather, she feels him and she just tells him to stop it. And, he plays with electricity. So
it's nice.
It's the way she says it like it's just a normal thing. Yeah.
Well, it is. I can feel him. My mum's started to come around a little bit as well recently. And
she's passed as well, just so you know. She's not just knocking on the door and seeing how she is.
No, that's why I could say that in my comment about her earlier, you see. So, but then my cousin, who's a lot older, well, not 15 years older than me, just reminds me that she wasn't very nice. So.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough. You got one more question then?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Rach.
I can tell what people are thinking and what's going to happen to them. But Heather's better at that than me.
Last one, here we go. Final.
What's a talent you have that nobody knows about? Oh, I can read the tarot cards.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that an art, or do you have to have some sort of spiritual?
She's gone from teacher,
sense of awareness to read those.
You've gone from teacher to utilities warehouse, and now she's Mystic Bleeding Meg.
I used to love
the Reiki as well, actually.
Reiki.
Yeah, but I've been ignoring that really.
We've had someone, a Reiki person in before.
Reiki practitioner.
That's where I might go eventually when all tuition is done by AI.
Right.
So I've got to think of the future.
Right.
Do you think that is where it's going?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think kids will still need that personal touch to it though?
Yeah,
a lot of AI obviously isn't personal, isn't it? And I think
but it's the ideal thing for tuition, education, is that the education in this country, the system is broken. So people that are in private schools. So they'll still try to be in private schools. But if I was going through the whole situation again, I'd just send them to a state school and pay for tuition. It's a lot cheaper than doing private schools and it would become more affordable. If people want their kids to have a good education, that's the way to go. So tuition can be expensive.
The other thing with a
but more people are going to want it because it's education's broken.
The other thing with a state school is it's showing you real life, isn't it? A mixture of people that you'll find in life. You know, where a private school is a certain, you know, person. Obviously, different characters. They still get the bullies and you still get the usual, but it's showing you all walks of life, isn't it? A state school showing you all walks of life. Yeah. Okay, we've got one more question for you now before you go.
Oh.
No, not another one of them. Not another one of them.
I thought you said that was it.
We've got a playlist, a Cherrywood playlist, and you get to choose one song to go on the playlist. What's it going to be? You're a bit of a rocker, you are, actually.
No, it's Changes.
Oh, right, okay.
So are we more mellowed out now? Are we more spiritual? No.
David Bowie, Changes.
Oh,
you mean the taste changes?
No.
All right, go on.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, Changes. So him and his daughter?
No, him.
Just him.
Okay. Did he sing that by himself once then?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, so he re-released it with her singing it with him?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Has it always been your favourite?
Yeah. Okay. That and some of the Led Zeppelin stuff. Yeah. Not necessarily Stairway to Heaven.
Right.
That can get a bit jaded.
Right. Perfect. There we go then.
So tell everyone how they can find you again if they want your tuition services or utilities warehouse.
Or tarot reading.
Yeah, I'm taking that up again. I've got to get into the frame of mind. So mjstuition.co.uk, Facebook page, and email for utility warehouse, heckleymaryjane@gmail.com. And then what was the other?
Instagram, Facebook?
Facebook, yes, Mary Jane Heckley. So
Perfect.
I don't do Instagram at the moment, but you can cut that bit off.
Okay.
I keep getting your notifications thinking I must do this.
It's driving me nuts.
Oh.
It's driving you nuts. It's driving me nuts.
No,
Constant
not really.
little shorts every day.
No, it's not, because I'm thinking if you can do it, so can I.
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks, I appreciate that. Anyway, thank you for coming on. Nice to see you. I ain't seen you for a while.
I know.
I've already had enough. I'm ready for another couple of year gap now. And
well, the abuse. You can go home and cry now.
No, she won't. No.
I will.
She can't remember how to get home.
No, I can get home, actually. So I was a bit worried about getting here, that's all.
I've got a step in my kitchen. I can guarantee she'll fall down it every time she comes here. And I had to tell her about it this time. It's the first time you haven't fallen down it. Well done.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Because I warned you of it.
Yeah.
Now this is a business. Didn't want you to sue me. Right, so thanks everyone for listening. This is my friend MJ, Mary Jane Gore. No, sorry, Mary Jane Heckley.
No,
sorry.
I'm actually going to change my name permanently.
To what? Gore or Heckley?
Heckley.
Right, okay. So Mary Jane Heckley, tuition.
Never change your name if you get married.
Lovely bit of advice for a wedding videographer and photographer to share with everyone.
Although,
it's such a pain.
I did have someone, and they were both Smiths, so she literally, all she had to change was her Mrs. and Miss and Mrs.
Oh, right,
and that was it, because they were both Smiths.
Perfect.
That's just perfect name.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Excellent. Okie doke. Thanks everyone. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
You sound like Jerry Springer. Look after yourself and each other.
And your final thought.
Yeah, final thought, yeah. Club Awesome, for autistic children and their families, a place where everyone belongs and fun knows no age limit.